Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a deep dive into something that's pretty much changing the game for everyone.
Yeah.
Intelligent economies and AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's right, artificial intelligence weaving its way into pretty much every aspect of how we work and live.
Right.
So we're going to be looking at this script.
Okay.
It's called Building Intelligent Economies with AI.
Catchy title.
Yeah, I know, right? But it's packed with insights about how AI could completely transform things.
Yeah.
And we're going to break it down so you can see how these changes might impact you,
Right.
the listener.
It is it's really like a sneak peek into the future in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Seeing how AI could not just change industries, but
hmm
really like totally transform how economies function.
Okay, so first things first.
Okay.
What exactly is an intelligent economy? I'm thinking robots running everything,
Yeah.
but I'm guessing it's a bit more nuanced than that.
Yeah, you're right. It's not just about robots like taking over.
Yep.
Think of an intelligent economy as a system that uses AI to like supercharge productivity, spark innovation,
Right.
and help us make better decisions. It's about working with AI to make economic systems
Right.
more efficient and effective.
So it's like AI is the brain power behind the scenes,
Yeah.
helping us make better choices.
Exactly. And the potential impact is huge.
Okay.
McKinsey predicts that AI could add a mind-blowing $13 trillion to the global economy by 2030.
$13 trillion.
Yeah.
That's like adding a whole new economic superpower.
It is. It is.
Whoa. Okay, that's a number I can't even wrap my head around.
Yeah.
What does that kind of growth actually mean for, like someone like me? Like, what could that lead to?
Well, think about it this way. That kind of economic surge could lead to brand new industries popping
Oh.
up, creating jobs in fields that honestly don't even exist yet.
That's why.
It's like the internet boom all over again, really.
Yeah.
This is a great time to be thinking about how your skills can be adapted to this new landscape and what opportunities might open up.
It's exciting and a little intimidating, to be honest.
Yeah.
But let's be real. AI and automation,
Mm-hmm.
those words make a lot of people nervous about their jobs.
Right.
Is that fear justified?
It's a valid concern, and we can't shy away from it.
Okay.
While AI can automate certain tasks,
Yeah.
it's not necessarily about eliminating jobs altogether.
Okay.
It's more about a shift.
Okay.
Think of it as job transformation.
Okay.
Some roles might fade away, but this will also open doors for entirely new roles to emerge.
So some jobs become like obsolete,
Yeah.
but new ones pop up.
Right.
What kind of new jobs are we talking about here?
Imagine, for example, roles like AI ethicists,
Oh, wow.
making sure that AI is used responsibly,
Interesting.
or automation managers who oversee these AI-powered systems,
Hmm.
or think about the need for data strategists.
Yeah.
They can analyze all the information that AI is generating.
That's cool.
These are just a few examples, and there will be many more as AI evolves.
So it's not all doom and gloom.
Right.
It sounds like it's all about being adaptable and open to learning new things.
Exactly. The key takeaway here is that lifelong learning isn't just a buzzword anymore.
Yeah.
It's essential. As AI evolves, so too must our skills and knowledge if we want to thrive in this new world.
This is where things start to get really interesting, I think.
Okay.
The script talks about how AI is already making waves in different sectors.
Mhm.
And I think the finance industry is a great example.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, remember JP Morgan Chase?
Yeah.
They developed that AI tool called Koyan
Right.
that analyzes legal documents in seconds,
In seconds.
which used to take human lawyers, hundreds of hours.
Hundreds of hours.
Wait, in seconds? That's insane.
It is. And the script mentions that Koyan saves JP Morgan, get this,
What?
360,000 work hours per year.
360,000?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Just think about the increased efficiency and cost savings there.
It's huge. And this isn't just happening in finance.
Right.
Healthcare is another area that's experiencing a massive AI makeover.
That's right. The script also talked about IBM's Watson Health.
Yeah.
So how is AI changing the healthcare landscape?
Imagine a world where your doctor
Okay.
has access to an AI system that can analyze massive amounts of medical data
Wow.
to come up with personalized treatment recommendations.
Like tailor-made for you?
Exactly. That's exactly what Watson Health is doing, helping doctors make more informed decisions,
Okay.
potentially leading to better treatment outcomes for everyone.
That's amazing. It sounds like AI is making healthcare more efficient and personalized.
It is.
What about our cities?
Yeah.
The script talks about AI being used to build smarter urban environments.
Oh, yes. Cities like Singapore and Dubai are using AI to do some really futuristic things.
Oh, wow. Like what?
They're optimizing traffic flow to cut down on congestion.
Sorry.
They're managing resources more efficiently, and they're even enhancing security.
So they're building cities that can, like, think
Yes,
and adapt.
pretty much. Making life better for the people who live there.
It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. AI is literally changing the way our cities function.
Yeah,
But I know there are concerns about this technology as well.
you're right. It's important to remember that with any powerful technology,
Yeah,
there are potential downsides and ethical considerations that we need to be aware of.
for sure.
And those are exactly what we're going to dive into next.
Okay, sounds like a good place to pause for now. We've covered a lot of ground. We talked about what an intelligent economy is. We explored the mind-blowing potential impact of AI on the economy.
Mhm.
We even peeked into how AI is changing industries like finance and healthcare.
Right.
But, as we just heard, there are also some critical challenges
Yes.
associated with AI-driven economies. And those are what we'll be unpacking in our next segment. Stay tuned.
For sure. Welcome back. Before the break, we were talking about AI changing cities, healthcare, finance. It seems like every industry is getting an AI upgrade these days.
Yeah. It's pretty mind-blowing. I'm really curious to see where it all leads. But,
Yeah.
it's also important to talk about the potential downsides, right?
Absolutely.
The challenge is, what are some of the things we need to be thinking about?
Well, one of the biggest concerns is that AI could actually widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Okay.
If the benefits of AI aren't spread out fairly, equitably, we could see inequality getting even worse.
So it's not enough to just develop AI.
Right.
We have to make sure it benefits everyone,
Exactly.
not just like, a select few. So how do we make sure that happens?
That is the million-dollar question. It's something that policymakers, businesses, really society as a whole needs to be thinking about. We need to create policies that promote inclusive growth, make sure that everyone benefits from AI.
Okay, yeah.
Think about education and training programs, helping people adapt to the new jobs that are being created,
Yeah.
or social safety nets that can support those who are displaced by automation.
Right, like to make sure that no one is left behind.
Exactly.
Okay. What are some other downsides? What other things do we need to be thinking about?
Another big one is the risk of job displacement.
Okay, yeah.
As AI gets more sophisticated, it's capable of doing things that humans used to do,
Right.
and that could lead to job losses in certain sectors, and we need to be ready for that.
So how do we prepare for a future where AI is doing some of the jobs that people are doing today?
It really comes back to that idea of lifelong learning.
Mm-hmm.
We need to make sure people have the skills they need to succeed in this new world where
Yeah.
AI is becoming so prevalent. Think about things like critical thinking, problem solving, creativity.
Oh, okay.
These are things that AI can't replicate.
So instead of being scared of AI, we should be focusing on developing skills that complement AI.
Exactly. Think of
Right.
it as a partnership, not a competition. Okay.
AI can handle those routine, repetitive tasks, freeing us up to focus on the things that require human skills.
Interesting.
Right.
I like that. Okay, shifting gears a little bit, I'm curious to know what else the future holds for these AI-driven economies.
Yeah.
The script hinted at some really exciting stuff,
It did.
but I want to know more.
Well, one thing we can almost certainly expect is even more hyper-personalization.
Like personalization.
Yeah, AI is already being used to, tailor things to people's needs and preferences,
Right.
but this is just the beginning.
So you're saying like those personalized recommendations you see online?
Yes.
That's just the start.
Just the tip of the iceberg. As AI gets smarter, we can expect to see personalization in every aspect of our lives.
Oh, wow.
Imagine healthcare that's totally customized to you,
Wow.
based on your genes, your lifestyle, your medical history,
That's wild.
or education that's perfectly tailored to your learning style and what you want to do. Wow, that sounds incredible. And maybe a little creepy too, like how much information are we willing to share to get those benefits?
You're right. You're right. The ethics of this are something we really need to consider carefully
Yeah.
as the technology develops. It's a balancing act. We want the benefits, but we need to protect privacy too.
Totally. What other trends are on the horizon? What else can we look forward to?
Another really big trend is the growing importance of human AI collaboration.
Yeah.
We talked about AI augmenting the workforce, but that collaboration is going to become even more seamless in the future.
So instead of just using AI as a tool, we'll be working alongside it.
Exactly, like partners. Imagine a surgeon working with an AI-powered robot
Whoa,
during an operation.
that's insane.
Or an architect collaborating with AI to design a building that's, beautiful and sustainable.
Okay, that sounds straight out of science fiction.
It does, but in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah, totally. What else?
Well, one trend that I find particularly fascinating is what some people are calling cognitive economies.
Cognitive economies. I have no idea what that is.
It's a term that's used to describe economies that are powered by knowledge and creativity and innovation. It's like a shift from an economy that values, physical labor and capital
Yeah.
to one that values human ingenuity and problem solving.
So you're saying robots will do all the manual labor and we'll all become like artists and philosophers.
Not quite, but you're not totally wrong either.
Okay.
As AI handles more routine tasks,
Yeah.
humans will be free to focus on work that requires creativity and higher level thinking.
That sounds exciting.
It does.
But also a little daunting. It's like we'll all need to be constantly learning and adapting
Yeah.
to keep up.
Exactly. The ability to learn new skills, think critically, will
Yeah.
be super valuable. And that leads us to another trend.
What's that?
The emergence of decentralized, data-driven economies.
Decentralized. Is that like a world without big corporations?
Not necessarily, but it's about shifting power dynamics.
Okay.
Think about platforms like Uber and Airbnb.
Mm-hmm.
They disrupted industries by connecting individuals directly with services.
Okay.
Now imagine that on a much larger scale,
Okay.
powered by AI and something called blockchain technology.
Blockchain. Okay, so you're going to have to break that down for me a little bit.
Sure.
What is blockchain and how does it fit into all of this?
So think of blockchain as a digital ledger, like a record-keeping system
Oh,
that's
sweet.
spread across many different computers, making it very secure and transparent.
Yeah.
This allows for these decentralized economies where individuals can interact and transact directly,
Okay.
cutting out the middleman.
So instead of going through like banks or big companies,
Yeah.
people can just exchange goods and services directly with each other.
Exactly. And because blockchain is so secure,
Yeah.
it could help to reduce fraud and increase trust online.
That's pretty amazing. Sounds like blockchain could really change things.
It really could. But like with any new technology, it's
Yeah.
important to be both excited and cautious.
Right, of course. Okay, so we've talked about hyper-personalization, human AI collaboration, cognitive economies, decentralized systems with blockchain.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to process. It's incredible to think about, but it's also a lot to wrap my head around.
It is, and honestly, we've only scratched the surface.
I know, right?
There's so much more to explore when it comes to AI-driven economies. In our final segment, we're going to dive into some of the big questions and challenges that lie ahead.
Okay, sounds good.
Stay with us.
We're back for the final part of our deep dive into intelligent economies and AI. It's been quite a journey so far. Personalized medicine, decentralized systems, blockchain. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it really shows how fast technology is changing everything and how we need to adapt and keep learning.
Totally. But before we wrap things up, I think it's important to talk about what we don't know. I mean, we can make predictions, but the future always has some curveballs.
Right, you're right. Predicting the future is kind of like trying to predict the weather. You can get a general idea, but there are always going to be some unexpected changes, and that's both exciting and, well, a little bit scary.
No kidding. So what are some of the big uncertainties about these AI-driven economies? What keeps you up at night?
Well, one big question is the impact of AI on jobs. Will it lead to more opportunities, or will a lot of people lose their jobs? And how will AI affect the distribution of wealth? These are really complex questions.
Huge questions.
Yeah.
And I guess the answers depend on the choices we make as a society, right?
Absolutely. The future isn't something that's just going to happen to us. It's something we create by the decisions we make today. How we develop and regulate AI, how we educate and train people, how we make sure things are fair, all of that will determine what kind of AI future we end up with.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about how we choose to use it. That makes sense. But what about AI being used for bad things? There's been a lot of talk about that.
It's a real concern, definitely. As AI gets more powerful, we have to be very careful about misuse. Think about like AI-powered surveillance systems or autonomous weapons. That's some serious stuff ethically that we can't ignore.
So we need to be proactive,
Yeah.
right? Set up some safeguards, some ethical guidelines.
For sure. We need to be thinking not just about what AI can do, but what it should do. We need to make sure AI is used to help humanity, not harm it. And that's a responsibility for all of us, developers, policymakers, businesses, everyone really.
Okay, so we're moving into this uncharted territory of AI-driven economies, and we need to be excited but also careful.
Exactly. It's about finding that balance, embracing innovation, but making sure it's used responsibly and ethically, shaping a future where AI serves us, not the other way around.
I think that's a great message for our listeners. We've talked about so many possibilities, but it's clear that the future of AI is still being written, and we're all writing it through the choices we make.
I agree. The choices we make today will determine the world we live in tomorrow. It's up to all of us to make sure AI is used to create a future that's better for everyone, more prosperous, more equitable, and more sustainable.
So what's the one big takeaway you want our listeners to leave with?
I think the biggest takeaway is this. The future isn't something that just happens. It's something we create. And as we move into this new world of AI-driven economies, we all have a part to play in shaping what that world will look like.
I love that. We're not just passengers on this train, we're the ones laying the tracks.
Exactly. And the more informed and engaged we are, the better equipped we'll be to build a future that's good for everyone.
That's a great note to end on. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into intelligent economies and AI. I hope you've all learned as much as I have. Until next time, stay curious.